Assalamu alaikum. Hello to you who's watching this video. I really appreciate you tuning in. I've already had some people messaging me asking, hey, where's day 20? Where's day 20 of the 75 hard program video? Day 20, what can I say about day 20? Let's just say I am fidgeting in my chair right now, which may be an indication, or it's my body saying that, hey, this is feeling uncomfortable. And the reason it's feeling uncomfortable because I failed on day 20. I failed the 75 hard program. Just hearing myself say those words, it doesn't feel comfortable. It feels silly. There's lots of emotions attached to acknowledging and accepting those words that, Hafiza, you failed the 75 hard program on day 20. In fact, it's stinging just saying those words. But I know that I think it's important to be honest, really important to be honest when you have swayed from that particular program. Just very quickly, yesterday was Saturday, a very busy day in my household. My husband was working, therefore I was taking the children from one activity to another. If you're a taxi driver and a mother or a parent, you will understand what that means. It's from one activity to another. And there was a lot of other things going on during the day. One of the things that we did yesterday was we went to get our dairy produce from Aldi. I tend to shop most of our kind of household produce from organic shops, but they don't sell the dairy products, so therefore I do tend to go to Aldi to buy dairy products. And when we went into Aldi, we saw that they had these crazy offers where they had, kind of a bag of potatoes for 8p and broccoli for 8p and Brussels sprouts and parsnips and carrots and all that kind of Christmas stock for 8p. And because I home educate my children, I often ask them that, what kind of food technology would you like to do this week? What would you like to experiment with? So they said, oh, Mom, look at all of this. Let's make pasties. Let's make vegetable items. And then let's warm it up and, deliver it to the homeless. So I said, okay, great, fantastic. So there's us taking 4 bags of potatoes and spinach, carrots and broccoli, etc. And we spent a significant amount of time yesterday just making really incredible mixtures and packing them up into pasties and kind of these little vegetable balls that you just put in an air fryer. And then the idea was that some they wanted to keep for themselves, which is fine, but the others we were planning to go and deliver them to the homeless in Manchester, and also in the Lancashire areas. So that kind of so they went to sleep really late because I just gave them permission to finish off this task with me. It was wonderful, it was exciting. And when it was my time, when I kind of finally put them all into bed, cleared my kitchen, I thought, you know what, I've got a little bit of reading left to do. I'll read it. I've got some journaling to do for my video. I'll shoot my video, and I've kind of got almost like 0.25 to 0.3 litres of water. So we're talking not very much water. You probably have it in 3 sips. And so because we had a kind of very, very intense weather last night in Manchester, very stormy weather, like rain banging against the windows, I thought I'm just going to go and kind of sit in my bed with my warm blanket on top of me. And I'm going to finish off my few pages journaling, and then I'll get back up, do my video, and then just go to bed because everything else had been done. And this was about 11:30 p.m. last night. I did my reading, I journaled my notes, and I thought, okay, I'm going to get up now. And I stumbled. I fell asleep. Just honestly hearing those words, for me to say this out loud, this is the second time I'm saying it, because the first time I had explained to my family this morning what had happened. We had a little family meeting about it. but it doesn't feel good. It still doesn't feel good, the fact that it happened. And that's something that I have to work through now. But I woke up about 5:40 in the morning. I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't finish the 75 hard program. I didn't do the video. But more importantly than the video is there's that much water on my desk, which I do tend to drink after I've done the video or during the video or before the video. But I didn't drink it. And then the kind of, I don't know whether it's instinct, whether it's ego-based, I don't know what it is, but those words in my mind of, well, nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know. Nobody knows that I didn't drink that water. Okay, the video, I can just upload it the next day, right? But nobody needs to know. And there was this moment, in fact, a few moments of when I looked over and I thought, do I even tell my husband what's happened? And I just sat there thinking, oh my gosh, Hafiza, you worked so hard for 20 days. You developed so much discipline and grit and growth and really worked on your mental toughness and showed up here on this platform and did 19 videos, spoke from your soul. You know, so many people have been inspired and influenced to start the 75 hard. And if not the 75 hard, they've been influenced and inspired to really figure out like what is their next level when it comes to their health and happiness, right? People are messaging on YouTube. People have kind of found me on Facebook, right? I've even offered some strategy sessions to some people. And here you are, OMG, flip, come on girl, what the heck? And so, yeah, I was really hard on myself. And then morning prayers, I said to my husband, I said, I've messed up. And he said, okay, how do you feel? He's a very calm man. I'm very blessed to be married to a very calm man. And I just said, I feel, I won't tell you what language I used. And then when the kids woke up, I just sat down and I said, listen, I've got something to tell you. This is what's happened. And I said, let me speak first and you listen, because that's what I need to do right now. And I said, then I will listen to you. And then, you know, lots of different advice and understanding and just empathic comments like, I'm sorry, Mum, I know how much this means to you. I know how much work you've put into it. However, this is where you are right now. What's important is what you're going to do next. So it's like having my husband coaching me and my 3 children coaching me. And it's like, Mum, you haven't failed. You haven't failed because, are you going to give up? And I said, I want to, but I don't want to give up. Well, Mum, you haven't failed if you haven't given up, right? It's just that you've hit a wall and you're just going to find a way of getting past it. And then lots of examples, like even from Lion King. My youngest giving me the example of Lion King, how Simba disappeared for so many months, so many years, and then came back, you know, even though he had felt embarrassed and maybe frustrated because he had run away, if you know the story of the Lion King. But then he came back, Mum, and he showed his face. And even though everybody was looking at him thinking, where have you been? He just still showed his face. And, you know, he became the king again. And I thought, okay, thank you for that example. And lots of others examples. I think I heard my husband say, come off the hour, come off the woman. And it's like, okay. But yes, you know, but in essence, the messages I was receiving was very similar to what I know I would say to my children. So it was really interesting hearing that from my children. But it was about the fact that this is only failure if you choose to see it as failure. Of course, I have failed the 75 hard program. And I even said to them that, you know, there was a point where I didn't actually want to share this with you or with Dad or with anybody else. I just thought if I just continue and just like, you know, yeah, I'll drink the extra water today, then I'll be okay. And my youngest said to me that, but Mum, you will know. You will know. And even if you finish the 75 hard program, when you do, then you will always think about this day because you know what's right and what's wrong. And so it's like cheating yourself. And I said, yeah. I said, that is absolutely true. And I said, but so what if I cheat myself? But you won't feel good about it inside. And that is exactly why you've got to take accountability. When you mess up, one of the things that I realized today, and I know this, I mean, I'm in my fourth decade of living in this world, alhamdulillah, praise be to God, but when you mess up, you have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility that this is my mess, and you can't just kind of quietly continue and pretend to yourself that you're still on track, because integrity to me means everything. It means owning my actions. It means that I don't want to feel that I'm doing this for you, whoever's watching this, or I'm doing it for the world to see that, oh, look at Hafiza, she's done the 75 hard program. When you mess up, you mess up, and you've just got to put your hand up and say, I messed up. And I say this to my children as part of my parenting of them all the time, that when you mess up, just put your hand up. Don't defend yourself and say, yeah, but you don't understand, or don't use excuses that are really perfect, but don't defend yourself. You don't need to defend yourself. We are all human beings, and we mess up. We just mess up. And when you mess up, again, a part of my parenting journey is that I will apologize to my children. I will say, I'm really sorry, but you know what? Mum messed up then. I could have had more patience. I had impatience then, and I could have said that in a different way, and I'm really sorry. Please, will you forgive me? Right? And that's the same in this conversation here, that I know that you were watching these videos, and I know that you were being inspired by these watching this, and I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that if I've let you down in any way, whilst you were doing your 75 hard program, or whilst you were doing something of growth or something of importance in your journey and you were looking towards me, I am sorry. But I have to make this journey about myself first and foremost. So yes, I felt all the emotions. I felt the discomfort. I felt the frustration. I have felt the sadness, like, oh gosh, I felt the annoyance of myself, or for myself, feeling that, my gosh, I've got to start again, I felt all of that, and I've given myself almost like 8 hours to kind of figure out that kind of language. And the only reason I'm mentioning it again now is because I'm doing this video. But what I've also said to myself is that I was journaling it. I said, failure is only permanent if I allow it to stop me. Some of the other things that I journaled about today was that failure is not final. Failure does not define me. It doesn't define me. It's only going to define me if I choose not to start this program again. Or if I just say that, oh, well, you know what, I tried and what the heck, give up. Because starting over isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of courage. This video itself, it's taken me like today to get here. I've been avoiding it. I'll be completely honest. I said to you right at the beginning that I'm not pretending to be somebody else. I'm not doing this so that you look at me and say, oh yes, so she's worthy of being followed. I'm not even looking for followers. If you subscribe, okay, thank you. It does support me, because it just means that, okay, there are people out there listening to this message. But even if there wasn't, I started off with something like 82 subscribers. Now I've got 186 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you for watching this particular YouTube channel. But even if people were not there, I'd still have continued. And that's exactly what I'm going to be saying to myself, that this ultimately has to be about you. And yes, doing this program again, I have to pay attention to the details. I have to make sure that I get that reading. I have to make sure that I get that reading and that water drunk and the journaling and the kind of unfolding of what I'm going to say on this video, on my daily videos. I have to make sure that I get that indoor and outdoor workout right. And I have to, even days like, for example, like yesterday when we just decided to make all this food, because it was almost like going against the plan from yesterday, that I've got to stick to my plan first and foremost. I've got to do that indoor workout first of all. I've got to make sure that even though before the storm gets worse where I'm living, you've got to get that outdoor workout first. You've got to get it done before you start making and baking and filling all of this stuff and having a great time in the kitchen with the kids. I've got to do that. So paying attention to the details, paying attention to that stuff that really matters, has to come first and foremost. Now, I get the fact that I'm not always going to do my outdoor workout first thing in the morning because one of the kids might have football training, let's say, 7 till 8 in the evening. And whilst they're doing football training, that's when I've got my weighted vest on and I'm kind of walking around or running around the pitch while they're doing football. I get the fact that I might not be able to do it perfectly in the morning, but the point is, whatever I can do, I've got to pay attention to it. So that's definitely one of the lessons that I have learned. Another one of the lessons is accountability. In my faith, we are taught over and over again that hold yourself to account before you are accounted for. So let me just say that again. Hold yourself to account before you're accounted for. And what that means is that there is an absolute deep belief in my faith as a Muslim that there will be a day, and it's real. It's not a figment of the imagination. It's just not just something that is kind of written in the Quran, which is the book, which is the holy book for Muslims. We believe that this is God's words. This is Arabic, in case there are any non-Muslims that are watching this video. This is what Arabic looks like. Gorgeous, isn't it? But we are taught that there will be a day where we will be accountable for every atom's weight of good and every atom's weight of bad. And we also believe that there are literal angels that are given to every single human being, one on the right and one on the left. And the right one writes down all the good stuff that you're doing during that day. And the left one, writing all the stupid stuff, all the bad stuff, the sins, the things where we go against our very nature as being as human beings. Everything's written there. And all of this is almost like part of a scroll that will be presented on a day called the Day of Judgment. And I absolutely 100% wholeheartedly believe that will happen. But one of the things that I've learned is that my faith teaches us that hold yourself to account before you're accounted for. So whether you want to be accounted for or not, it's going to happen. That's a done deal. You are not responsible for that. You are not in charge of that. You don't get to make the decision of whether you're going to be accounted for or not. But what I do get to make a decision is how I account for myself on a daily basis. So I'm, by me showing up today, 100%, it would have been easier just thinking that, well, you know what, it's only like a little bit of water that I didn't drink and a video that I could have uploaded later. But it's not the truth. It's not honesty. It's not integrity. And without that integrity, there isn't growth for me, right? There isn't growth for me. And I did also feel that, gosh, it kind of shows that Hafiza's not perfect. But Hafiza's not perfect anyway. Hafiza's not perfect. I'm full of flaws. I'm full of mistakes. I'm an imperfect human being that is really just trying to live in this world as best as I can. I say that to my kids, that mum's not perfect. There's a lot of things that mum's working on. And often I will share with them that, I did something really silly today, because I want my children to understand that this is not about perfectionism. That, God did not create us as angels. We believe in angels. He's not created us as angels. In fact, one of my children said to me today that, Mum, one of the things maybe you can say to your YouTube people is that it's from page 6 of Surah Baqarah, which is the second chapter in the Quran, and it's about when God himself says to the angel that I'm going to create this human being and I'm going to put them into earth, and then one of my 11-year-olds said that maybe you can give them an example that where the angel said, but they're going to cause bloodshed. And God himself, God the Most High himself, said that I know what you know not, meaning that you are the angels and they are human beings, and I know what these human beings will do on the earth. Meaning, what her point was is that we're not angels, we're not always going to get it right. So accountability matters. So I have to hold myself accountable, and we have to be honest about what it is that we're working on and when we mess up. And one of the other lessons that I learned is that progress is still progress. Yes, I've had to stop after 20 days and I'm going to start again. In fact, I've already started today. I'm not even waiting for another day. Today is day 1. It sounds very clumsy right now. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know, because this is day 20 video. So I still got to do another video today for day 1, take 2. Oh my gosh, that sounds so clumsy, that does. But if you have any other suggestions of what I could call this next set of videos, please let me know. I was thinking 75 hard take 2 day 1. I don't know, but I'm not waiting another day. I'm not waiting till the perfect Monday arrives to start this challenge again. I've just started it today. So yeah, it's going to be tough. In fact, it was tough today, but it's also an opportunity to come back stronger. And what I wanted to share with you is that just on a personal level, if you failed at something that you care about, then as I said, it's not, the failure doesn't have to define you. You can start again. You've still got time. You've still got time. You're still here in this world, right? You've still got breath inside of you. You're still breathing. So you can start again. It doesn't need to define you. And it's not, as I said previously in the video, that starting again isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of courage. It means that this thing that you're trying to work towards, whether it's a goal, whether it's a mission, whether it's something that you desire, it means that you care about it. And that's why you're not prepared to accept that, well, I didn't do it then, so what's the point now? Because that can also come across as almost defeatist. And I just want to give you some hope that it's okay, with an open heart, figure out what it is that you actually want to achieve and go forward with a clear head and with that rock solid belief that I didn't get it then, I didn't do it then, but I can do it now. I can do it now. One of the things that has really helped me is the second book that I was reading. It was Grit by Angela Duckworth. It was like a toss-up between, do I read Grit or do I read The Resilience Factor, right? So I'd already started this book. There's my little bookmark in there. And what this book is about is how resilient are you? I will share more details about this book because it's been really good. And it's basically finding your inner strength and overcoming life's hurdles. And I think maybe I was reading that book because I didn't realise then that I'm going to be stumbling on this program. Anyway, I hope that at least you got something out of this. I was going to call it a failure video. Failure video. Sounds horrible, doesn't it? But yeah, I hope you got something out of it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to support you with maybe some of the challenges that you're working through, especially kind of with it being the end of 2024. We've got about 12 days left, maybe 11 days left of this year. So whatever it is that you're struggling with, please do share. Otherwise, kind of find me somewhere. You can email at support@consistentaction.com. I do have access to those emails, but yeah, let's finish this year on with integrity. Let's finish this year with growth. Let's finish this year with excitement, knowing that whenever we commit to something and we put the effort into it, and we're conscious not to fall asleep. Not to fall asleep. When you've got a little bit of water left to drink, we can work through it. Yeah, we can work through it. So yeah, this is day 20. Failing day 20 video. I know it's a long video, but I'm going to finish off my tasks and then do my day 1 video again. All right, take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Whew.